We've all heard the joke. I came, I saw, I conquered. Then I came to Major League Soccer. For a league that has existed for over 30 years now and has been vital to the growth of soccer in America, it still seems to find itself as the joke in the room to many fans across the pond. Along with many others, Europeans seem to despise Major League Soccer and seem to view it as less football and more sports entertainment featuring a soccer ball. Now for starters, before we dive into a few reasons to why this is, I think it's important to note that Major League Soccer has improved a great deal over the last decade. The league is growing, attendance is up, and the quality of play has improved significantly. If MLS can focus on developing homegrown talent, improving its global footprint, and maybe, just maybe, convincing Europeans that playoffs aren't a war crime, it could earn the respect that it oh so desperately craves. Which brings us to point A, the playoffs and weird rules. To them, playoffs in soccer are like pineapple on pizza, technically legal, but deeply concerning. The Euros are so used to a league structure where a consistent high performance over the entire season will bring home the championship. They aren't able to grasp our American sports concept where a team can have a slow start, but find itself blooming late in the season for a late run for gold. Obviously myself will defend our playoff format tooth and nail. The amount of excitement and unpredictability this brings to the game is nearly incredible. Don't get them started on the MLS All-Star game though, because even I sadly would have to agree with them. That is indeed a war crime. Where Major League Soccer is franchise-based and they don't follow a traditional promotion relegation system, this is also one of the biggest turnoffs we see people from around the globe continue to complain about. However, there has always been talks about a pro-rel format happening. I'm not sure it will be such a foreign concept for that much longer. However, with expansion fees on the contrary, I'm not sure an owner would risk the thought of that. For some folks, due to the quality of play and skill gap, something as simple as the time zones will actually play a major factor here as well. Tuning in at 3 a.m. to watch, FC Dallas play Real Salt Lake isn't something many are willing to risk sleep for. Which brings in the whole Apple TV deal dilemma and TV drought. Unless your league's games are easily accessible and marketed globally, you're going to stay on the fringes for a very, very long time. Now, Major League Soccer has even considered actually switching to a similar season schedule and calendar going forward to help line up transfer windows and entice more potential viewers across the pond to come out and test the waters. Now let's address the elephant in the room, or rather, let's address the fossil European superstar cashing checks in Miami and LA. MLS has gained the reputation as the place aging footballers go when their knees start sounding like Rice Krispie treats. For Europeans, seeing your washed-up heroes and idols dominate MLS defenses is like watching someone from the UK win a cooking competition. Everybody knows the bar was set embarrassingly low to begin with. The stereotype of MLS as a retirement league might have had some truth a decade ago, but today, it's a lazy narrative that no longer holds up totally. Sure, there are the older legends who are just playing out their twilight years, but the reality is, MLS has shifted its focus toward youth development and the cultivation of young international talent. The league is producing homegrown stars like Pepe, Caden Clark, and Paxton Harrison even. Sure, many of these talents will only use MLS as a launchpad for European success, but the times are changing. You see, it's the mentality of trying to be European that has turned away many fans as well. Originally, Major League Soccer used to have club names like the Dallas Burn and Miami Fusion. They were American. The rebranding and using names for newer clubs like Inter Miami and NYCFC just doesn't give the same energy and feeling that a name like the Colorado Rapids would give. We totally understand what they're going for though, to appeal to more people over there, but they have to remember that this is America. Be original. You gotta try to grow the sport here, not mimic what they do over there. The same argument could be made for having English broadcasters for a game between Los Angeles and Seattle, for example. Sure, those lads can speak a beautiful tone that's music to my ears, and I'm not gonna lie, obviously the English broadcasters sound way fucking better. But it's just kind of funny if you think of how out of place and unnecessary it is. As stated before, the league is 30 years old now. It's still building its global presence and has shown huge potential and massive improvements over the last few years. While you may not always agree with its rules, tactics, and ideologies, you should just respect its existence and give credit where credit is surely due.